Hi there. On today's episode, we traverse time and space to go on a rocky adventure.
I'm Charlie.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Eddie.
This is straight to POD. So today we're venturing on the latest space movie. So I want to get your thoughts on what are your favorite space movies? Not let's do movies that are like original and not like a franchise like Star Trek or Star Wars. Like
Okay.
what are
Okay.
your favorites?
I
All
would
my
go.
options.
Nah, yeah, space movies, man. Yeah, that's the way to go. I would go classics. Save the Earth space movie. Go with Armageddon. Classic Armageddon. This movie is almost 3 hours long, and it gets you going. It's like, oh, it's over. They saved it. No, they didn't. Oh, they got it. No, they didn't. Oh, they're gonna survive. No, they're not. It's just everybody's dying. Um, it was a great classic 90s, early 2000s film. America.
Yeah, that's a oldie but a goodie.
Yeah,
For
it's a good one.
me, it's more like a recent one, or newer-ish is Oblivion with Tom Cruise. Like he's on this like weird planet and he has to like find out what's going on. It's like a
Oh yeah.
mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's great. I also really like the Brad Pitt one, Ad Astra
Ad
from a
Astra.
couple
I have
years
yet to
ago.
see that one. I want to see it. I haven't seen it. I heard it was good though. I heard good really reviews.
Hmm.
Um, I definitely liked Interstellar. That was a pretty good one too. It was long as shit too. Um, Interstellar. Uh, Not a space movie, but a sci-fi movie. I guess, is the core. It has the same aspects of going in space, but they just go to the center of the Earth.
Hmm.
I feel like that's somewhat similar themes of going into an unknown. Just trying to all of these I have to do. I don't know about that, sure. Um, all these have to do with saving planet Earth. Oh, and how could what was that, Chris?
Oh no, good.
No, I was like, and how could we forget our all-time favorite, Moonfall?
I was gonna bring that up.
The best absolute cinema of the movie, a Moonfall, classic Moonfall. Man,
Jesus.
that's it's fucking wow. Oh man, fucking Moonfall. Uh,
What about you, Charlie? Do you have any favorites?
Do you have any favorites? Oh, where do you guys land on Gravity
ooh,
with
No,
I liked it
I
with
didn't care for it.
No, I
Sandra
liked
Bullock. I like
Gravity.
Gravity. That was
That's
pretty
I,
good.
like
I think most people like it. I saw it after a lot of the hype, and I was kind of like, I don't get it. It's
Oh,
kind of like her screaming by herself in space for most of the movie. I don't know.
I
It
liked
wasn't for
Gravity.
me.
Yeah. No, but the one I like, um, oh, it wasn't Interstellar.
Was it After
What
Earth?
was it? After Earth? No. What's this sci Oh my God. Gravity came to mind, but then another one came to mind, and I just completely forgot what it was.
Was it Treasure Planet?
yeah. Hey, you know what? We didn't have to say it had to stick to
Hey,
real life. For
Treasure Planet
animated,
was a
yeah,
good movie.
I know.
Treasure
I didn't say it
Planet.
wasn't.
Um, oh, you know what's a classic?
Hmm.
Independence Day. I love Independence
Oh,
Day.
Independence Day. How could I
Oh
forget classic
yeah.
Independence
I used
Day?
to watch I used to watch that show all the time.
Did anyone
But
watch the
Martian is another
sequel?
good yeah, Martian's another good one. Um that I really liked.
Yeah, it's about
Oh, the
Just
the
comedy
recent.
Martian? The Martian?
yeah,
No,
the
Martian
one
with
with Matt Damon.
Oh, Matt Damon?
It's by the person who wrote that book wrote Project Hail Mary as well.
Oh, okay.
yeah. Surprised you didn't say Arrival.
That's not really
It's
It's not
space.
very
They don't go to
spacey.
space.
It's like Contact. And it's like
Yeah.
like Abyss, where it's like alien, but it's not necessarily space-ish. Um, Starship Troopers is I like
Yeah.
it has like a folk following, but I don't necessarily like it. Um, yeah, I mean, now that you think about it, there's a lot of space movies out there.
Oh yeah.
There's Passengers. And then
Did people like that one?
I don't know. I think it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe it was the actors who were in it. The storyline
Yeah.
didn't really make. I mean, I understand, but it was so. I'm
Another
trying to
Chris
think.
Pratt in space movie.
Yeah. To be fair, can we put Baganya in this?
Is that a spoiler?
Dude,
We already reviewed
damn.
it. We already reviewed it, so we haven't seen it. I mean, I kind of feel like that falls into this category. Um, shit, can't even think of it. Yeah, man, there's a lot of space movies out there.
hmm Well, that's a good list so far. But now let's get on to our main movie, Project Hail Mary. Charlie, can you tell us about it?
Yeah. So Project Hail Mary, a science teacher wakes up alone on a spaceship. As his memory returns, he uncovers a mission to stop a mysterious substance, killing Earth's sun, and that an unexpected friendship may be the key. It is directed by Phil Phil Lord, Christopher Miller,
There are two people.
and Phil Lord and Christopher Miller
Yeah.
slash Christopher. I was like, that's a long name. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller did the Lego Movie in Spider-Verse. It features Ryan Gosling and Sandra Huller.
Thanks. Eddie, you want to tell us what your spoiler-free thoughts of this movie?
Yeah. The movie kind of just starts you off, and it just gets you going. I like the storytelling in this movie of having the protagonist start the movie and periodically giving you little bits of pieces. I like that type of directing of a movie. I genuinely enjoy. It's not always necessarily done very well, but the material that they were working with is great. A lot of this movie is uh, what is it? It's not contextual. It's the word I'm looking for here. Uh, I can't even think of the word, but it's not words. It's body language. It's a understanding of like how you would try to communicate with something or someone that doesn't understand any, like it's a complete different thing. And the way, people go, the way the movie goes about it, I think it does a great job. Like you feel part of that, of the movie, despite the fact that it is just Ryan Gosling for about 2.5 hours. Um, for the most part, it's just Ryan Gosling. Um, but movie's entertaining. A lot of people got emotional in our movie theater. Me and Charlie went to go watch it together, and I was just like, damn, like people really, really committed to these characters in a short amount of time. But overall entertaining and kept me intrigued and interested. At some point, I got away from the main part of this movie. I don't know about you all, but at some point, I stopped. I didn't. It's not that I stopped caring, but I forgot. Like I forgot what the point of them going and being there was. Like I was like, oh, okay. I forgot that they have a mission to fulfill. um, I don't know how I feel about the ending, but yeah, I guess we'll talk to it in spoilers. But overall, I enjoyed the movie. Charlie, what about you?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie for the kind of the same reasons you did, right? People, I was included in the people that were emotional throughout the movie, so I think it did well in terms of like um creating creating moments, right? Especially with a character that's non-verbal or just speaking. in alien language, right? And and like the sci-fi part of it, I like the friendship part of it, and the kind of um and the most not to get into too much spoilers here, but the kind of ethical questions it brings up. It's not like the whole movie isn't a huge ethical question, but it is. There is a moment where I think we should dive into in terms of um like unraveling that part of the movie. But overall, yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. Um, and it's one of those movies where it is sci-fi, there's space, and there's kind of typical storyline where there's an imminent threat, et cetera, et cetera. But I think it's it's one of those movies I can freely I feel comfortable freely sharing with the average moviegoer. What about you, Chris?
Amaze, amaze, amaze. Yeah, this movie was great. Uh, yeah, I like Eddie said, I kind of like how it went from like we have the him in space for most of the movie, but it cuts back to like flashbacks to them getting the mission ready and them like learning about the whole like what are these things that are eating the sun? Like what is our goal kind of thing. And it's goes through that, which I did like that, like going back and forth. It's like, oh, we're kind of like him finding meaning or finding like courage where he is in space. Like, oh, I remember I did this thing, so maybe I can use that where I am right now. And yeah, this movie was like very visually, the visuals were amazing. Like very there's a scene where he's just like floating in space and they like turn on the bug catcher or whatever it was. And it's just like lights and color, and he's just like he's floating there, and then the the guy's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just feeling it. Let me have this moment. And that's
Yeah.
kind of like a lot of this movie. Um, we haven't really talked about the the rock in the room or the Rocky, but yeah, he's like the mascot of this movie, the little guy, like using just like clicks or like tapping on the the screen thing that they have, and then he
Yeah.
like
Or
gets like
puppet
a
shows.
yes. Oh, I can't forget the puppet shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then he like he picks a voice, and that's his voice, and it's kind of like they're not. I mean, he can say words, but it's kind of like him, um, like like the maze thing. Like it was like him just saying things, even though they're not necessarily like human sentences. They're just like how he thinks they translate to. And yeah, that was it was like a nice story between those two. I mean, we'll get to the emotional parts and spoilers, but uh it's a good time. I didn't read the book, but from what I heard from some friends, they definitely go into like the math of it all more in the book. And like they like go deep into the math, like how stuff works. So that's kind of
Mhm.
interesting. But I also see why that was cut out for a blockbuster movie. But yeah, great time. Any spoiler three thoughts, other thoughts you have?
No.
All right, let's go into spoilers for Project Hail Mary.
Uh, the I started off a movie. I felt like the movie itself later gives you the like the understanding behind it. I don't necessarily feel like there was a payoff. Um, they all
Oh,
make
for
it
like the stuff on Earth.
uh that, but more so like who Ryan Gosling's character is as a whole.
Hmm.
Um, I know they try really hard to be like, oh, he wakes up, he's alone, he's disoriented, but he's obviously fairly smart. He kind of knows where he's at, what's going on, and it's like, okay, he's either disoriented or he has amnesia or something, but he's obviously there for a reason. I thought they were gonna play more into that, but it just they try to play it up to be like, oh, you're like a brave soul, or like you're doing this for the betterment of mankind or whatever, and it turns out that he didn't, he was forced upon that ship entirely. I don't know how you get somebody entirely unconscious and then send them up into space in a fucking rocket. I don't think your body survives the G-force unconscious, but sure, I don't know how that works, but
Well, I mean, they were all three of them were unconscious, and two survived. I mean, one
yeah.
survived only.
So I don't know how, but they don't really explain. I guess they kind of explain it. I don't know. They don't really explain the other
It's
two.
like a coma, right? Like,
Yeah, they like die,
yeah.
because they just die. Uh, uh, but that them trying to get me to see that perspective of him and like growing into the hero, that we think he was at the beginning. I don't really go by that. Again, I think as I mentioned before, at some point the story became about him and his alien friend
Oh
and
yeah,
just
definitely.
trying to communicate, and like, you're all invested now because they're able to talk and they're not alone. That to the point where it's like, oh, their whole point is to figure out this thing, right? This thing that's eating up the sun's energy or carbon or whatever. And we need to figure it out. Um, at some point, I'm like, oh shit, that's right. They need to figure this shit out and then send it back home somehow. Within what, a 30 year, not even is it a 30 year? Is it like a 30-year window? Um, which, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, it was like 30-year window.
30 year to get to Earth.
30 year total before the
30
sun
years before the sun actually like affects the world
or some
and
shit like
millions
that.
of people die or
Yeah.
billions of people die.
I
Yeah.
mean, based on what the end of the movie looked like, I think probably a lot of people are already dead.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some
Yeah.
It's like an
fairly,
ice age at that
like
point.
an ice age at that point.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to Antarctica, but no, it was just a frozen world at that point. Um, so, um, but at some point, I thought they weren't going to make it. I thought it was going to be like a reverse interstellar where it's like, we did it. And then, another 30 years pass and they find a way to get to him. And
Oh, like they
they're
leave
like,
Earth.
oh, yeah. And then
Yeah.
he's just 30 years older. Because, when he gets back, I mean, time is relative, right? So if he is able to get back based on that amount of propulsion, or that amount of energy, he would have only aged, what, like 10 years?
Yeah, something like
So,
that.
but in actuality, it's been like 60. So it's like, shit. Also, I don't know about you guys, but I got a little confused as to what the problem was at the end of the movie.
Which part?
The part where they figure it out, so they grab like samples of it.
Hmm.
But then he wakes up and realizes that the samples are either gone or they have like slipped out.
Oh yeah, because I think they like the samples adapt to what they're captured in. They are able to. So they were like eating through Rocky's like containment. So that's why I was like, oh shit, Rocky lives on this thing that they eat. And that's like at the beginning, like during the movie where like Rocky's like, all my friends died because he was being protected by those things from the radiation because they were eating the radiation from him.
Oh, so then he had to go to his ship to let him know that to like let them go or like
I think they brought him with. I think this like packages them differently or something. Like got a Ziploc bag, put him in there.
can eat through whatever it is that the material that could go through space but can't eat through plastic. That's man, plastic really is
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The champion of the world.
the
Right.
champion of the world.
Undefeated.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, it was really just Ryan Gosling and Rocky hanging out a lot of the time. I saw like a behind the scene like video of like how did they did some of the Rocky stuff. Like the scene where like Rocky is in his like hamster ball and he's like walking on the spaceship.
Oh yeah.
There's like someone in like a green screen outfit like pushing a ball with like a rock inside of it. That's how they did it.
I do like that um it's all like everything just matched about it, right? They just kept it like of course the ball wouldn't be a perfect sphere, right?
hmm
Like this is kind of based on I don't know the shapes he's either able to come up with or can't come up with or can build, right? Like it's just the funniest part of this whole movie was that ball just like not being like perfectly spherical, so it's like smooth. It's literally just him just like hobbling along.
Like running into
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And so yeah, so that part's hilarious.
I didn't feel
Oh.
any for the movie itself, I didn't feel any the fact that they were out in space in the middle of nowhere, I don't know, X amount of light years away or whatever. It didn't feel like it didn't feel like that was the any time that was the danger part. It just felt like not being able to figure this stuff out was the actual danger, which is weird because they're going out to an unknown part of the universe. I would imagine there would be other things they would maybe be worried about, but there was never any like fear of like them just out in in space. Um,
That's true. Other than like when they like go to like collect the samples where they
yeah,
like go down to the planet's
yeah,
atmosphere, they're like there's not really any like asteroids or anything they have to contend with, you know. It's
or
kind of
just like
just empty.
the sun, like their that and other sun's rays or any like it just doesn't really make sense. Well, not sense. It doesn't really have any urgency to it other than you have X amount of time to figure this out to send back home. I did find it I did find it kind of weird that the smaller aliens have the bigger spaceship. So I don't know how they interact with each other. I guess it's through sound and vibration, but they also
I
can't be out
imagine,
in
yeah.
space. But Earth, whatever material they're based off, or air burns that like it like the oxidizes them.
hmm
So I did find it weird that it was like it was funny when he like scanned it to figure out what the material was. He's all like, "This is a gas, can't be a solid." And he does it again. He's like, "Okay, this guy's made out of a solid that can't be a solid. That can't be a solid." I was like, I would be more interested in discovering more about this guy's. Which at the end, I guess that's what it was, just discovering more thing. I did like the fact that this entire species made a a replica Earth, a replica Hawaii. beach
Yeah,
frogs.
like the beach. It's like
Yeah,
actually it's too hot this time. Can we make it cooler?
yeah. They made they made a whole thing that made fake waves and shit, artificial sand.
Yeah.
It's just like what? Like uh, what did you guys think of like the whole? Would you have you guys been figure out how to communicate with this thing?
Eventually. It
Yeah,
was
I
a
feel like
large
if you're
jump
there.
between like taps and like hums to like full on conversations, but I went with it.
Yeah, it definitely feels like especially like going from something like Arrival, like where language is such a big part of that movie. And this is like, all right, so I'm just gonna kind of guess and it's correct in this one. Or like they kind of yada yada. Here's a
Yeah,
voice now.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. He's good to go.
So would you guys have gone in this adventure willingly?
I don't see why
Oh
not.
man.
I would have done it. I don't understand. Like, I don't know what his reserves were. He didn't have anything here. I thought they were gonna play his wife a little bit more, that he like divorced or whatever. But no, it was just like you got nothing. You got nothing.
I think it's just like the danger of the unknown, probably. He didn't want to. He's like, I'm a school teacher. I can't do this.
Yeah. I don't know if I would, honestly. I did put myself in his shoes and I was like, all right, it's probably a no. And I put myself in my shoes and I was like, that's really effing scary.
Yeah.
Um, so maybe, maybe. I want to say maybe just because I think space is cool. Uh,
Yeah, I feel like kind of the same. Like on one hand, it's like this thing you save Earth and it's awesome, but also you get to explore the space, but also
yeah.
you can end up like the other passengers and not wake up. So that's the trade-off, I guess.
hmm Um, yeah, but was it correct in forcing him to do it?
I mean, if there's literally no one else, and this is like their last shot, right? That was what they said. Like this is their only chance.
Yeah.
So, and it did work out in the end, right? So kind of, yeah, I guess.
I mean, it did work out, but and I guess if you were forced onto this ship and woke up and eventually remembered that, you know, someone held you down, put a needle in your neck, you passed out and now you woke up, billions of light years away, would you have continued the mission or would you have been like petty about it and just been like, well, I don't want to do this anymore, you
Well, like,
know?
what is I don't want to do this anymore? Just like drink and
Like,
starve to death.
yeah, drink and starve to death. Screw humanity. If I'm gonna die, it's gonna die too.
I feel like if you're already out
The
there, might
other,
as well complete the mission.
yeah. The other question is, would you go back for Rocky?
Obviously, what are you talking about? Would
I
you
don't know if
not?
I would have gone back to Rocky,
Wow.
but
Rocky has the beach.
you don't know.
Earth
He made a beach. You had no idea. You had no idea.
is a beach now.
It's true. That's true. No,
What
I
does
would have gone.
Earth
I would.
have?
I would have
Earth
gone back.
has frozen
I would
in
have gone.
Ice Age
I would have gone back to
2.0.
Rocky. I would have gone back to Rocky. I
Yeah.
think we all would have gone back to Rocky.
I just want to shout out Sandra Hüller. She was like the military lady in this. She was also in Anatomy of a Fall. She was great in that too. Um, yeah, like apparently the her like song or like singing mo karaoke moment was like her like she was like apparently super like nervous and she wasn't sure if she wanted to do it. And like the day before the shoot, she was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it." And she was able to sing the song, which honestly was a great part of the movie.
Hmm. She was great. She was great in this too.
Hmm.
Um, made I don't know, portrayed someone making the tough decisions like
Yeah.
super well and just effing seeing it in her, I don't know, I guess her physical language and her face and everything is and just, you know, I felt bad for her when she was like, just know that this isn't personal. Like we have to do this.
Hmm.
Um, so that was like definitely next level.
Yeah, I do like how Ryan Gosling's character like kind of like used his kind of like being a teacher and like his like teaching kids to like solve this issue essentially like using like, oh, we're just gonna go to
Hmm.
Home Depot and build our own box, you know. That's very like school
Hmm.
science teacher kind of thing. And also like when they're in space with Rocky, it's kind of like we're building this weird thing with Rocky. He's 3D printing different model puppets and things like that.
Yeah.
And like well yeah, like when they were like building the solar system with Rocky, he's like, you suck at building
Yeah, it's like
models.
you suck at building models. I was like, that shit alone took me a week.
Uh,
And the grand thing of things is not a lot, but still, like, damn.
that is true. He did say Rocky is like an engineer, he can build anything.
Yep. I mean, that's why their ship is so big,
Um,
you know?
yeah.
Well, I feel like they come from a background of that, right?
Hmm.
It's crazy that like I was expecting the how long do humans live kind of conversation.
Hmm.
Because Rocky's been alive for like 100 and something years, right?
Oh yeah, they did mention that.
But he's still, yeah, but he still values like Ryan Gosling's character's life as much as anything, even though Ryan Gosling's
Hmm.
life is probably like a blink of an eye for him,
Yeah,
right?
it's so fast.
Yeah, yeah. Or just something like, I'll give you fuel and it'll just make my trip, 7 years longer. But what's 7 years to like someone who's lived for like a long time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that part was super interesting.
Yeah, I guess they were both lonely in space with no crew.
Well, who knows how long the other guy has been there? They didn't really say it, did they?
Other guy?
The rock guy? What's his name?
Oh,
What was the name Rocky?
Rocky,
Yeah,
yeah.
Rocky.
And his spouse, Adrian.
Uh, yeah, honestly, it's this at some
Oh
point
yeah.
this felt more like a bromance style of a movie. Not to say that there wasn't anything like, super different, but it's just like, damn, it turned into a very feel good broy movie type thing.
Oh, definitely. It's like we're hanging out and building models, and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna come over to your place and sleep over kind of
To the
thing.
point where I was like, did we forget that we're trying to save Earth here? And you guys are like, ha ha ha, we're hanging out on the beach.
Oh, like the simulation they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which which is the funniest part.
Oh, yeah, despite
Yeah,
the fact this movie, yeah, was like entertaining. I had a lot. I mean, that movie was pretty straightforward. It wasn't, aside from a couple of jokes here and there, it wasn't nothing really huge or memorable. Um, you know, the protagonist got it done. That's pretty much it. You go, you get it done, and you come back. That's pretty much it. It wasn't really anything outside of that.
yeah, like you said, it was like mostly just them hanging out, which is the movie.
Yeah, which
Hmm
is yeah, the movie. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Do you have anything else?
Um,
All right.
this just this whole movie looked great,
Yeah. Now let's get
and
into.
yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
All right. Let's get into our. Let's get into our reviews and would we see this in theaters? And do you want a sequel? Because we haven't done that one in a while. Charlie, want to start us off?
Yeah, yeah, I really like this movie. I liked. I'm gonna give this. Yeah, just a lot. Just for. Do we do it at 10 or 5? Do it at
5.
5.
It hasn't been that long.
It's been a while. I'm gonna give this 4.5 puppet shows out of 5. Um, it was definitely a sci-fi movie, but it was also definitely a bromance movie. And just two dudes hanging out, getting to know each other and learn how to communicate. Definitely touches you in the feels or gets you in the feels and with like all the stakes and everything kind of attached to it. I also just looked really it was a really nice it was just generally just really good looking movie overall. And don't let the trailers fool you. Go watch this movie, even if you're not into sci-fi or space or anything like that. I definitely heard sniffles in the theaters, like Eddie said. Definitely heard, a lot of like, oh, like, kind of emotions. Yeah, so go see it. Go see it in theaters in the best theater you can
Did you
see
end
it
up
in.
seeing an
Um,
IMAX?
what do we see it in? No, we saw it in Dolby.
Oh, nice.
Saw it in
Same.
Dolby, which
Yeah,
was
same.
actually kind of. I would warn everybody, not. I don't know if it was this specific theater, but it was not the right choice. Probably should have gone IMAX because
Oh.
there are times where I think it was like the emergency times where things weren't going well,
Hmm.
and I could not hear what they were saying.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it
I
was
don't know if that
definitely
was
hard to
yeah.
hear.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Definitely hard to
yeah.
hear.
Those moments where it's like like things are, blaring
Yeah.
and gauges and alarms are going off. I there was moments where it's like it muffled out the dialogue. So
Oh, wow.
that was an interesting part. So just a tad fair warning for everybody.
Yeah, get
Um,
poppy, poppy.
yeah. But a sequel? What would the sequel be? Him going home with Rocky?
No.
The
It's just more adventures of Rocky and him hanging out in space.
More Adventures of Rocky and him hanging out in space. That'd be funny. Um, yeah. I mean, I would take Let's Get You Home, but it's gonna be a long trip
Hmm.
and we're gonna
Like a
have more
road trip
adventures in
movie?
space. Yeah, a road trip movie. A road trip movie home. Yeah, I'll take it. Um, so yeah. What about you, Chris?
I would give this 4 hot water beaches out of 5. And like you said, this movie like is very visually stunning. Like a lot of the scenes, like him just seeing the like little bacteria guys in space and like like the pink light, but then also when they go to the that one planet's surface, it's like different like greens and yellows combined together, which look really cool. And yeah, this movie is like just a great time. There was some emotional moments when Rocky almost dies, maybe. And then like he comes like when he comes back, it's like, oh, he's alive. And like Ryan Gosling's character was just like pretty much defeated after
Yeah,
that moment happened. He's like, well, what's the point of going on anymore? My rock friend he got
is
burned
dead.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like after they technically succeed their mission, but it just Rocky needs to save them from stopping like spinning out. But yeah, that was a good scene. And I saw this in Adobe. I didn't have the issues you guys said you had, so maybe it was like a mixing thing with your theater. But
Yeah,
It
maybe.
might have been, but it was only during the like the high impact
mhm,
like disastrous thing that was going on.
yeah. So yeah, go see this in theaters. Definitely worth seeing. Like you said, IMAX or Adobe, probably good options for this. And yeah. What about you, Eddie?
Yeah, I enjoyed the film. Again, not a lot of. I mean, again, the movie doesn't necessarily feel as long as it as a runtime, but it's just it's a lot. It is somewhat visual. It is a lot of visual when it comes to this film. I will say that they do part of the movie is them going into these visuals, which is fine. Um, Again, it's not like it's a paper thin plot, but it's a very simple plot. And I think because the idea was pretty straightforward, the filler of the middle of the movie was that, right? The growing of two different entities, species, trying to work together for an end goal. Um, in reality, it kind of felt like that was the point of the movie. Um, like you were already uh, it was a given that they were both going to make it and save their planets because if one of them died, that means the whole civilization of that of that person or that alien dies, and that defeats the purpose of the movie. So once you realize that the actual movie is about you know understanding somebody or how would you communicate and like building and doing the tough things together and just developing a friendship and so on and so forth. The end of the movie just becomes fairly easy to kind of expect. But Ryan Gosling does a great job. I think this is a testament to all actors who end up doing the solo film, actors and actresses. Like it's just you and a camera. It's a lot of through green screen. You got to get your emotions. You got to be able to act. You got to be able to put it on. And I think he does a good job. He does of it. Uh, Overall, I'd give this a 3.5 thumbs down out of out of five. Uh, it's classic thumbs down. Uh, Great movie. As far as a sequel, yeah, I don't know how a sequel would be. The only other thing I could think of is now that the word is out, I did find it strange that these whatever tachyon things that they were doing out of the entire multiverse or the entire universe, there's just two advanced civilizations. Um, and that the way these things move in the way and the speed that they're going, that there would only be two who would end up going or trying to figure out what it is. Granted, it sucks energy from the sun, and the sun is just a giant star. And even our own fucking galaxy, there's a bajillion trillion stars. So it'll take a long while before before all the stars get eaten up. Um, but maybe the next one would be I don't want it to be similar to like Independence Day, where it's like it's the same thing. They came back and nothing's changed. Just a sequel to the movie. It's like, no, it has to be something else. Either he makes it back home somehow, or he stays there and they figure out some kind of radio television communication, and they're like, hey, we actually fucked up. We actually need more tachyons or whatever. Can you go get them or whatever? They're
Tachyons.
like, yeah, we could do this. And then they have to travel back home. But on the way back home, a bunch of shenanigans happens where it's like, oh, these little things have become sentient, so now they're attacking or something. I don't know something, but it has to be some, I guess, a little bit more concrete than this because this is just like a feel good la vida story. If that wasn't its intention, then you know they got to do better. But if it was the intention of just like a feel good movie about bros, then mission accomplished. But I would definitely want to see continuation of this, continuation of the story, not so much, but a continuation of whatever it is that may come from this story. It doesn't necessarily have to be him and the Rock. It could be another whole other fucking other civilization that's like, hey, we saw spaceships and they left. Maybe they figured something out. Now they have to go there or some shit. I don't know, some shit like that.
All right. Were there any rocks we did not uncover? You can email us at straight2pod@gmail.com to answer that question, along with following us on Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, and YouTube at Straight to POD. And that concludes this week's episode of Straight to POD.
I'm Charlie.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Eddie.
Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.